In one weekend, Chase Elliott will race 3 different vehicles in 3 different series, including one he has never competed in before, and one truck that carries more weight than any result it produces. That schedule is the reason he is out of the number 88 Chevrolet at Atlanta. JR Motorsports has confirmed his replacement. But the replacement is only half of this story. Let's start with what actually happened last Saturday night, because it explains everything that follows. Chase Elliott climbed into the number 88 Chevrolet for JR Motorsports in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race at Chicagoland Speedway. On its own, that was already a significant event, for 2 reasons. First, it was the first NASCAR race of any kind held at Chicagoland Speedway since 2019. The track had been off the schedule for years. Second, it was the first time Chase Elliott had started an O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race for JR Motorsports since 2021. He did not simply show up and log laps. He finished second. For a driver who had not competed in that series with that team in 5 seasons, a runner-up finish is close to the ceiling of what was realistically available. And then it was over. 1 race. That was the entire plan. Chase Elliott is not in the number 88 Chevrolet this weekend. The race is at EchoPark Speedway, the track in Hampton, Georgia. And Chase Elliott is from Dawsonville, Georgia. This is, by any reasonable definition, his home track. He is skipping it. That sounds strange until you understand exactly how this ride is built. JR Motorsports has officially confirmed that Rajah Caruth will drive the number 88 Chevrolet in Saturday night's race at EchoPark Speedway. This is not a demotion for Chase Elliott, and it is not a promotion for Rajah Caruth. It is a pre-planned driver rotation that was locked in long before the season started. Chase Elliott was always scheduled to be a 1-race fill-in at Chicagoland Speedway. Now the seat returns to the driver it belongs to. To understand why so many different drivers keep cycling through this one car, you have to go back to how the ride was assembled. Rajah Caruth was brought into JR Motorsports to replace Connor Zilisch, who moved up to compete full-time for Trackhouse racing at the Cup level. But Rajah Caruth's deal does not cover the full season. He is contracted for 23 of the 33 races. The remaining 10 races were divided among the Cup Series drivers from Hendrick Motorsports. Here is how that split has played out. Kyle Larson was scheduled for 3 starts. He has already made all 3. He was then also given the 2 starts originally assigned to Alex Bowman, which brought his total to 5. William Byron was scheduled for 3 starts and has completed all 3. Chase Elliott was given 2 starts for the entire season, and Chicagoland Speedway was the first of them. That is why the number 88 Chevrolet has looked like a revolving door all year. It was designed that way. For Rajah Caruth, this is the most important stretch of his season, and the numbers explain why. With 4 races remaining in the regular season, Rajah Caruth sits 14th in the driver point standings. He is 48 points below the playoff cut line. That is a real deficit with very little runway left to close it. Atlanta should help. Rajah Caruth opened the season at EchoPark Speedway in February and finished 8th. He has been fast there before, and he knows what the track demands. But there is a structural problem working against him, and it is worth laying out clearly. Rajah Caruth is splitting his season between 2 completely different organizations. When he is not in the number 88 Chevrolet for JR Motorsports, he is driving the number 32 Chevrolet for Jordan Anderson Racing. The gap between those 2 teams is enormous. The number 88 team currently sits second in the owner's standings. The number 32 team sits 17th. Those are not 2 versions of the same opportunity. They are 2 different competitive realities. The results confirm it. Rajah Caruth has 6 top 10 finishes this season. 4 of those 6 came in the number 88 Chevrolet. Through 9 starts with JR Motorsports, he has recorded 4 top 10 runs, which is a major reason the team is holding second place in the owner standings heading into Atlanta. His best finish of the entire year is a fourth-place result at Rockingham Speedway. So every start in the number 88 Chevrolet is effectively a playoff race for Rajah Caruth, and he only has a limited number of them remaining. Speaking about running for two organizations while chasing a championship, Rajah Caruth said, "I'm going to get the most out of the car, whichever one I'm driving." There is one more scheduling detail here that ties directly back into the Chase Elliott story. The only remaining race in which Rajah Caruth is scheduled to drive the number 32 Chevrolet for Jordan Anderson Racing is the late July race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And that is the exact same weekend that Chase Elliott is scheduled to make his second and final start of the year in the number 88 Chevrolet. After Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the arrangement changes permanently. Rajah Caruth takes over the number 88 Chevrolet for the entire 9-race postseason. But he still has an uphill fight to become one of the 12 championship-eligible drivers once the playoff reset happens after the regular season finale at Daytona International Speedway in late August. Rajah Caruth has been direct about his expectations. "There's no reason why I can't go and compete for the championship," he said. "I'm confident in myself and the team." If you want to watch him this weekend, live coverage of the Focused Health 250 from EchoPark Speedway begins at 7 p.m. Eastern on the CW network. That is the confirmed replacement. But the replacement is not the story that has people talking. The story is what Chase Elliott is doing instead, and it is a heavy one. Spire Motorsports announced on Wednesday, July 8th, that Chase Elliott will drive the number 7 Chevrolet Silverado in the Faith Fest 250 at North Wilkesboro Speedway on July 18th. The car will carry HendrickCars.com as its sponsor. On the surface, that reads as fun news. A Cup Series star making a rare Truck Series appearance at a historic short track is exactly the kind of thing fans enjoy. But that number 7 truck is not just any truck. It is the truck Kyle Busch won his final race in. Kyle Busch died on May 21st at the age of 41. His family later released a statement confirming that severe pneumonia progressed into sepsis, resulting in rapid and overwhelming complications. His death sent a shock through the entire motorsports world. The scale of what he accomplished is difficult to overstate. Kyle Busch won 234 races across NASCAR's top 3 national series, which is more than any driver in the history of the sport. 69 of those wins came in the Truck Series alone. He was a 2-time Cup Series champion. For the 2026 season, Kyle Busch had signed an 8-race deal to run the number 7 Chevrolet Silverado for Spire Motorsports. He completed 4 of those 8 races. He won 2 of them, taking the checkered flag at Atlanta in February and at Dover Motor Speedway in May. That win at Dover Motor Speedway came just 6 days before he died. It was the final victory of his career, and it was the last points race he ever ran. After that Dover win, Kyle Busch was asked why the winning moments never get old. His answer has taken on an entirely different meaning since. He said, "You never know when the last one is." Following his death, Spire Motorsports was left with a schedule to complete and no driver to complete it. The number 7 Chevrolet Silverado became a seat that has been filled race by race. Corey Day took the truck at Charlotte Motor Speedway and crashed out of the race. Rajah Caruth drove it at Nashville Superspeedway and finished second. North Wilkesboro Speedway was the next race on that schedule, and that is the call Chase Elliott received. There is still one more race remaining from Kyle Busch's original schedule. It is at Richmond Raceway on August 14th, and Spire Motorsports has not yet named a driver for it. The connection between Spire Motorsports and Kyle Busch runs far deeper than a single contract, which is part of why this seat carries the weight that it does. The headquarters that Spire Motorsports operates out of was formerly the home of Kyle Busch Motorsports, his own Truck Series organization. Spire Motorsports purchased the assets of that truck program in 2023. On top of that, Spire Motorsports co-owner Jeff Dickerson served as Kyle Busch's spotter and agent early in his career. At Charlotte Motor Speedway, the weekend after his death, all 3 Spire Motorsports trucks carried Kyle Busch Motorsports logos on the rear bumper, and the number 7 Chevrolet Silverado carried his name on the rear window. Jeff Dickerson issued a lengthy statement about his friend that weekend, describing the standard Kyle Busch held everyone around him to. Jeff Dickerson said, "His demand for perfection was never a burden." The reason Chase Elliott makes sense for this specific truck, in this specific series, goes deeper than name recognition. Back in 2020, when Kyle Busch was dominating the truck series, Kevin Harvick posted a $100,000 bounty for any full-time Cup Series driver who could beat him in a truck race. Chase Elliott did exactly that at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He beat Kyle Busch, took the win, and collected the money. The two of them have real, documented history in this exact series. Chase Elliott's truck record is also stronger than most people remember. In 18 career Truck Series starts, he has 3 wins and an average finish of 7.7. His first truck win came in 2013 in Canada. He won again at Martinsville Speedway in 2017, and then at Charlotte Motor Speedway in 2020. He has not run a truck race since 2023, when he finished 10th at Daytona International Speedway, driving for McAnally Hilgeman Racing. He has never been a full-time Truck Series competitor, but when he shows up, he wins at a rate very few drivers can match. He has also never raced a truck at North Wilkesboro Speedway. That weekend is going to be one of the busiest of his career, because Chase Elliott is pulling triple duty. On Friday night, July 17th, he will race in the ZMAX Cars Tour late model event at North Wilkesboro Speedway, driving the number 8 entry for JR Motorsports with Napa Auto Parts as his primary sponsor. That series is co-owned by Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kevin Harvick, Jeff Burton, and Justin Marks, and it will be the first time Chase Elliott has ever competed in it. On Saturday, he runs the number 7 Chevrolet Silverado for Spire Motorsports in the Truck Series. On Sunday, he runs his number 9 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports in the Cup Series. For added historical context, the Cup Series race at North Wilkesboro Speedway this season will be the first top-level points race the track has hosted since 1996. There is one more piece to this, and it may be the most revealing. After Kyle Busch died, Chase Elliott withdrew his own name from the ballot for NASCAR's Most Popular Driver Award. This is an award Chase Elliott has won 8 consecutive years. He removed himself from consideration with the hope that Kyle Busch would win it instead. This has happened once before in his family. His father, Bill Elliott, did the exact same thing in 2001 after Dale Earnhardt Sr. was killed at Daytona International Speedway. Explaining the decision, Chase Elliott said, "I just think it's one of those things that I think Kyle is a guy that really deserves something of an award like that. I think he's a guy that has had a lot of fans over the course of his career." With all of that in the background, it is easy to forget that Chase Elliott has a Cup Series race to run this Sunday at EchoPark Speedway. He arrives as a co-favorite at plus 900, tied with Tyler Reddick and Ryan Blaney. He is also the defending winner, having taken the victory there a year ago on the final lap. Those odds come with a significant caveat. Atlanta is pack racing. One multi-car accident can eliminate half the field and rewrite the entire result sheet in a matter of seconds. Pre-race favorites carry very little meaning once the wrecking begins. Chase Elliott currently sits 5th in the Cup Series point standings. He has 23 career Cup Series wins, including 2 this season at Martinsville Speedway and Texas Motor Speedway. He is the 2020 Cup Series champion, a former champion of the second-tier O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, a 3-time winner of the Duel at Daytona International Speedway, the winner of the first Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium in 2025, and the winner of the 2020 All-Star Race. Put all of it together and the picture becomes clear. Rajah Caruth is fighting for his playoff life in a car he only gets to drive part of the time, with 48 points to make up and 4 races to do it. Chase Elliott is preparing to race 3 different vehicles in 3 different series across a single weekend, one of which he has never competed in before. And a number 7 Chevrolet Silverado is going back onto the racetrack, carrying a meaning that has nothing to do with where it finishes.